What if Anakin fell in love with the daughter? Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan travel to Mortis, where they meet the Ones, the father, the son, and the daughter. The Ones possess a unique connection to the Force, with the daughter being a paradigm of the light and her brother the son an embodiment of the dark side. Their father maintained and channeled the balance between them. The daughter is extremely powerful in the Force, so what if she and Anakin fell in love? When the three Jedi arrive on Mortis, the daughter confronts Anakin, asking him whether he is the chosen one. She and Anakin get separated from Obi-Wan and Ahsoka after a rock falls from the cliff above. Anakin pushes the daughter forward, saving her from the falling rock. She is surprised at Anakin's heroism, and this draws her towards him. No one has ever saved her before. She is experiencing emotions that she never has felt before. Anakin tells the others to head back to the ship to send more distress calls. The daughter continues to question Anakin, subtly flirting with him. She can sense his power and is drawn to it. She tells him how the rock was her brother's doing and that she will protect him. Together they make their way to the father. On the way, the two chat back and forth, Anakin just making casual conversation, but he starts to enjoy himself. They reach the father, who asks the daughter to leave them. She does so instantly, but can't help but wish she was there. On her way out, she meets her brother. The brother goes to talk about the chosen one, but senses something different within the daughter, something he hasn't sensed before. He asks her whether she is experiencing feelings towards the chosen one, in which she blushes and denies, but the brother can feel that she is lying. He explains how it is in her nature to be selfless, and her feelings towards the chosen one are selfish. He continues to tell her how she better stay out of his way. He has plans for the chosen one, that the father is unaware of. He transforms into his bat-like figure and flies away. When the daughter rests that night, her thoughts are of nothing but Anakin. She has become infatuated by this being of immense potential and is nothing like anything she has ever seen before. She senses something is wrong and he is in danger, so makes her way towards the father's home, where she enters his room to see the brother manifesting an unknown woman over Anakin's body, obviously Anakin's mother. She uses the Force to remove the brother from the room, and he transforms and flies off in anger. Anakin asks the daughter what has just happened, who explains how her brother is attempting to use him for his power, for his own personal gain, in order to leave the planet. She tells him to come with her as they make the way to where the father is. The daughter explains what has happened with the brother, and what she believes he is planning to do. The father explains to Anakin the history of their family. However, he also tells him that he is dying, and that he has sought Anakin out to take over his place. Only the chosen one can control his children. Anakin takes it all in, and the daughter tells him that he must stay, but she is only saying this for her selfish reasons. The brother walks in and tells her that she is being selfish and only thinking about herself. She is going against her nature and tells the father that she has developed feelings for the chosen one. In the brother's eyes, she is being selfish. He wishes to use the chosen one so that he can leave the planet and take the daughter with him, so that they can finally leave Mortis. He is doing so for them, but she is too caught up in her own feelings to understand this. He knows this is not what her sister is usually like. Something is clouding her thoughts. It must be the chosen one. Ever since the chosen one has arrived, the daughter's innate nature has changed. It is his fault. The brother decides that the sister is more important to him than the chosen one, and to get her back he must destroy him. And after, he can use his ship to escape and carry out his plan. But his sister takes priority. The son knows he cannot attack Anakin whilst he's at their home with the father and the daughter. He must draw him out. Luckily, he knows how. He makes his way towards Anakin's ship to be confronted by Ahsoka and Obi-Wan. They attempt to ask him who he is and what he's doing, but the son doesn't care. He claims Obi-Wan's lightsaber and ignites the blade and strikes him down. In shock, Ahsoka ignites her two lightsabers, but the son pulls them out of her hands and onto the ground. The shock on her face intensifies as he pulls her towards him and pierces her abdomen. Anakin can feel something wrong within the Force. Something has happened. He falls to his knees and sees a vision in his head of the son advancing towards Ahsoka and Kenobi. This quickly flashes to Obi-Wan being murdered, and then quickly to Anakin being pierced mid-air. Anakin comes back to reality. The son and daughter comfort him and ask him what's wrong. He explains how he had a vision of his master and apprentice being killed. It felt so real. Just as he finished the sentence, the three hear a voice echo through the building. The son explains how he has killed the pitiful Jedi guarding the ship, and the time has come for his escape. The son's plan is that Anakin will turn to the dark side, causing the daughter to fall out of love with him and lose him forever. Anakin looks at the father and daughter and proclaims that he has to kill the son. The father tells Anakin that this is what the son wants. He wants Anakin to join the dark side to power him. Anakin asks them what else he expects them to do. The daughter tells Anakin how her feelings towards her are strong even in the short time she has known him. She explains how she will help him avenge his friends and stop the brother from leaving. The father is obviously opposed to this and tells the daughter she is going against her innate nature and is only thinking of herself. She agrees and says the feelings for the Chosen One have changed who she is. Anakin is obviously delighted and reciprocates his feelings towards her. Anakin and the daughter leave together. The father tells them that he forbids them to go, but they continue anyway. On the way to find the son, Anakin picks up the blade found in the underground altar. He who wields the blade can control the brother. The brother is waiting at their ship. Anakin and the daughter arrive together, and the brother is furious. He expected Anakin to show up on his own. He asks the daughter why she has gotten involved. This won't end up good for her. She explains her feelings for the Chosen One, and how she cares more for him than her brother. Enraged, the brother sends lightning crashing into her as this sends her back. Anakin ignites the blade from the altar and charges towards the brother. He needs his revenge, but the brother jumps over and stays floating in the air. On one side of him is the daughter, and on the other side Anakin. Silence plagues the battlefield, and only wind can be felt. Anakin realizes this won't be decided by a battle of blades, but through the Force. The brother sends lightning at the two, but Anakin rolls over and dodges easily. The sister catches it and sends it back to the son, who blocks it. Anakin picks up a boulder and throws it at the brother, who splits it in two, but the daughter used this time to get in close and kick the son in the stomach, sending him back to the ground. Anakin approaches from the other side, but the brother sends him flying back into the ship. The daughter cries out, but the son turns around and chokes her with the Force and pulls her into the air. He uses the Force to ignite the blade from the altar and sends it flying towards the daughter. Before it reaches her, the father jumps in front of the daughter and takes the hit from the blade and comes crashing to the ground. The daughter cries out and tends to her father, who is in obvious pain. The son screams at him, asks him why he would do this. The daughter has betrayed their ways. Why give his life to save her? Anakin blinks his eyes open, a new rage filled within him. He looks to his right to see Obi-Wan's body, and then Ahsoka's on his left. He looks straight to see the daughter, the person who he has newly felt feelings for, in agony supporting her dying father in her arms. And then front and center, the son. He caused all of this. The son is in emotional agony. He's just killed his father and cannot handle how he's feeling. He's fumbling from side to side, struggling to accept what has just happened. Anakin uses this and rushes towards him. He ignites his blade and jumps at the son, who has no time to turn around. Anakin jabs his blade through the back and kicks him forward. He lands next to his father, who is now vanished, becoming one with the living Force. He catches his last breath and begins to laugh. He looks at his sister and tells her the one she cares for is gone. The darkness has consumed him. Anakin struck down the son in anger. Anger for killing his master and apprentice, as well as the father. His killing strike was fueled by the dark side. The son tells the daughter she has lost him, as he collapses and breathes his last breath. Anakin collapses to his knees following what has just transpired. The daughter comforts Anakin, who apologizes for giving in to the darkness. Anakin's feelings towards her are complete. After she gave up everything to help him, no thought of Padme crosses his mind. She cannot compare to the daughter in his mind. The daughter tells him that he doesn't need to apologize. She is the embodiment of the light and can save him. She places her hand on his head and it glows a bright white. Using the Force, the daughter eradicates the dark side that has taken over Anakin. Anakin raises up into the air, arms spread out, streaks of white light leaving him, the dark side being cleansed from his body. Anakin looks up at the daughter. He embraces her, signaling his journey back into the light. The daughter asks Anakin what they should do next. Anakin explains to the daughter how the dark side is corrupting the galaxy. Together they can leave and bring peace to the galaxy by cleansing and freeing any dark side users from the clutch that the darkness has hold over them. They board Anakin's ship and together they make their way towards Coruscant. Hey guys, really quickly, we've just started a Fantasy Folklore Discord server. I'll put the link in the description. They arrive in the planet's orbit and instantly the daughter senses something. She tells Anakin that she senses a dark presence on the planet, extremely strong in the dark side. Anakin asks her where, and she points towards the Senate building. They land and enter the Senate building. Padme is there and rushes up towards Anakin as she goes to embrace him. No one is around to see this and Padme hasn't seen him in months, but Anakin stops her. She is confused and asks him what's going on. He tells her he has found his true purpose in the Force and his true life companion, the daughter, whom he will carry it out with. He tells her he is sorry, but nothing she can say will change his mind. Tears start to flood from Padme's eyes as Anakin and the daughter push past her and enter the Senate chambers 30 minutes before a Senate meeting. As soon as they enter, she points towards the center and tells Anakin that the person she is pointing to is the source of a huge amount of dark side energy and a servant of the darkness. The person is staring back at them, eyes wide and somewhat frozen. They must have sensed the daughter's dominant light side presence as she entered the chamber. However, Anakin is confused. She is pointing at Palpatine, his mentor. She asks him if she is sure. He tells her she knows the man, he is a friend and a mentor, he can't be a Sith Lord. The daughter tells Anakin that he's definitely the source of the dark side, and that he is doing extremely well to suppress his presence within the Force. After she says this, Palpatine makes a run for it. He dashes outside of the Senate building at considerable speed, at speeds a man of his age shouldn't be able to do. Anakin is shocked. He doesn't know what to think, and he and the daughter follow him out. He cannot outrun the embodiment of the light. Palpatine is just about to reach his ship as the daughter jumps in front of him and Anakin comes in behind. He turns to Anakin and asks him what the meaning of this is. Anakin tells him that he's now joined with the daughter, the embodiment of the light, and they're on a journey to cleanse the galaxy of the dark side of the Force. He tells Palpatine that she senses the dark side within him and asks him to explain himself. Sidious experiences genuine fear. He didn't expect this in his plans. He's unaware of a daughter, but there is no questioning her power in the light. In desperation, he tells Anakin that he's what he's always been, a mentor to him, and how he's tried to be the father he never had. But Anakin isn't buying it, as Sidious realizes this. He turns towards the daughter, and in an attempt to take her by surprise, sends his blue force lightning at her, but she simply stands still. Lightning seems to be scattering around her body, but she is not experiencing pain. Palpatine stands back with a horrified look on his face. The daughter tells Palpatine that his lightning cannot hurt her. He simply isn't on her level. He goes to pull out his blades, but using the Force, Anakin takes them from him. The daughter grabs Sidious's head and puts her other hand on his heart. Beams of light begin to come out of Palpatine's eyes, mouth, and ears, as he raises into the air and drops to the ground. Anakin still senses life within him, but he doesn't sense the Force. He asks the daughter what she's done. She tells him that she has severed his connection with the dark side. If he wishes to use the Force, he must stride within the light, although she doubts he will be able to do so. She tells Anakin that as the daughter she has the power to sever one's connection with the dark side, and the son had the power to sever one's connection to the light. Sidious remains unconscious as Yoda and Mace as well as Bail make their way to their position. Mace asks Skywalker what's going on, who explains the situation from his connection to the daughter and Palpatine being a Sith Lord. Mace and Yoda are shocked and ask Anakin if he's sure, who simply replies by handing them his lightsabers, in which they ignite to see a crimson red blade, as well as the dark side flowing from the blades. Bail asks Yoda what will be done, and Yoda tells him that he must be arrested and will stand trial, and that with his connection to the dark side severed, he shouldn't be a problem. Mace, Yoda and Bail make their way to the Senate meeting that was about to take place and explain to the Senate how Sidious was the Sith Lord they've been looking for, and that he's been controlling both sides of the war from the beginning. But now with his capture, they should be able to swiftly end the Clone War. The daughter and Anakin attend the next Jedi Council meeting and explain the deaths of Obi-Wan Kenobi as well as Ahsoka Tano. Anakin tells them that their deaths will not be in vain, as without them, they wouldn't have been able to expose Sidious. The daughter takes over and explains their plan to the council, to sever the connection of the dark side with every dark side user in the galaxy, and asks for the Jedi help, specifically with their next task. She tells the council how they are planning on journeying to Dathomir to break the Night Sisters' connection to the Force. Their magic is rooted in the dark side and must be stopped. She tells them that together with the combined strength of the Force, they can do a mass ritual and sever every Night Sisters' connection at once. The council stays silent and doesn't say anything. A few of them look weirdly at Anakin, wondering how he has changed so fast. Yoda speaks first and tells the daughter that she has gained his trust with the capture of Palpatine. Kit Addimundi follows up saying that he only senses honest intent in her words and he thinks they should help her. The rest of the council murmur agreements and they head off at once. They arrive on Dathomir, outside the Night Sisters' lair. The council members as well as Anakin and the daughter make their way outside and sit in a circular meditation with Anakin and the daughter in the middle. Mother Talzin makes her way outside the lair towards the ship with numerous Night Sisters. They reach the Jedi and she demands to know what they're doing, but as soon as she finishes, the Jedi put up a light side wall around them, protecting them from the outside. The Night Sisters attempt to break through with their magic, but they're unsuccessful. The Night Sisters with bows fire upon the Jedi, but nothing can make it through. The Night Sisters begin to fall to their knees. Mother Talzin looks around her to see them falling one by one, beams of light coming from every crevice of their bodies. The last to fall is Talzin. They're hoisted into the air and then drop. The Night Sisters are unconscious, but Mother Talzin gets up. The light side barrier around the Jedi dissipates, and the daughter walks forward towards Talzin and explains to her what they've done and how she has been freed from the hold that the darkness has had over them. Mother Talzin attempts to conjure up a spell but is unsuccessful, and she rushes towards the collapsed Night Sisters. The daughter turns to the Jedi and tells them that they're close to cleansing the galaxy of darkness. Only 2 remain. Anakin and her can do this next one by themselves. It is important to note that Maul was on Dathomir at this time, so his connection with the dark side was also severed. Anakin and the daughter make their way to Sereno. The daughter tells Anakin that she feels the dark side presence there, and of course Anakin knows who she's talking about, Count Dooku and his apprentice Asajj Ventress. They land outside Castle Sereno, and are greeted by Count Dooku and Ventress. Dooku advances forward, and asks Skywalker why he has dared to come to his home planet. The daughter interrupts and tells Dooku that they are here to free him. Dooku maintains his broad posture, but he can't help but be encapsulated by fear. He doesn't know who this being, who is radiating extreme amounts of force energy is, more than he's ever seen, even from Sidious. He goes to ignite his saber, but the daughter snatches them off him and compresses them into atoms. Dooku stumbles back in shock. He goes to send lightning towards them, but the daughter rushes forward and begins the ritual. They both drop to the ground, the dark side connection completely severed. The daughter looks at Anakin and tells him that their job is complete. She senses no dark side presence around the whole galaxy. Now they can live out their days. Anakin and the daughter go to a distant uninhabited planet in the Outer Rim, a grassy planet with huge lakes and mountains covering its terrain. The daughter took on a more mortal form, a human form of similar age to Anakin. They monitor the galaxy from afar for any presence of the dark side, but they don't sense any in their lifetime. They have multiple children to continue their legacy and to carry on their mission of maintaining the galaxy within the light. The daughter and Anakin live out their days and die a natural death. Anakin has fulfilled his destiny. He is indeed the chosen one. Thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.